Our first speaker today has now been at LSU for a decade. He's expertly managed the department's finances and operations, making LSU one of the top 10 programs in terms of revenue, profit, ticket sales, and investment into student athletes and athletic endeavors. He also owns the title of Vice Chancellor of the University, a position he's held since 2009. He previously served as Athletic Director at Duke. LSU continues its win streak, now 6-2 on the gridiron, coming off of a big win at Ole Miss. Have a bye week this week, and they've got some team coming up a week after that in Tuscaloosa. That's on November the 4th. Please give a warm welcome to LSU Director of Athletics and Vice Chancellor, Mr. Joe Alleva. Joe?
Thank you. It's great to be with you all today, and thank you for the great work you do for all the young student athletes around Louisiana. Congratulations to you two tremendous recipients of those academic awards. You're right. You know, there are very few athletes that go on to play professional sports, and our job as administrators and educators is to prepare young people for the rest of their lives, and education is critical in that role. So congratulations to both of you, and good luck in your careers. I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about LSU athletics and what's going on, and then give you an opportunity to ask me some questions at the end. Fortunately, this week it's a bye week. We have a catch our breath time. I don't have to spend any time with Coach Ogeron watching video this week. That's a joke, okay? That's a joke. Things are going well. You know, whenever you have a coaching change, no matter what sport, things are going to be different. Cultures change, practices change, everything changes. And we went through a couple of rough games, but to Coach O's credit, he's righted the ship. He coaches with tremendous enthusiasm. The team has bought into what he's doing, and the future is very bright for our program at LSU. We've got 20 true freshmen playing. That's unheard of in Division I college football. We have 20 freshmen that are contributing significantly. We've got a tremendous young freshman quarterback, Miles Brennan, that's waiting in the wings for next year. So I'm really looking forward to the future, but we've got 4 really tough games ahead of us. We've got 4 conference games. Our destiny's in our hands. We have the opportunity to really have a terrific season. You know, one of the things that's a real focus for Ed and for our football team in the future, as we go into the future, is roster management. One of the things that we knew was a problem coming into this year was the fact that we had a lot of young kids that had to play. Because of various reasons, we had attrition and some recruiting gaps that we had to play a lot of true freshmen. We have 2 true freshmen playing on the offensive line. That's very hard to do. Many of you that know football, and I know you all do, there's a big difference between an 18 and a 19-year-old kid and a 21 and a 22-year-old man. And we're playing a lot of those 18 and 19-year-old kids. So that's one of the things that we have to deal with through recruiting, and probably a few junior college kids that'll come in and fill some gaps for us. I'm really excited about our basketball program. Will Wade's taken over the reins and done a tremendous job of changing the culture in that program. I think you'll see our basketball team playing hard, playing much better defense, and he's recruiting very well. Right now we have the 3rd ranked recruiting class in the country in basketball. I think you'll see the PMAC come alive again like it was in the past, with our fans supporting our basketball team. I don't know how many of you here are gymnastics fans, but if any of you have ever seen a gymnastics meet, you need to come and watch one. Those young ladies are unbelievable athletes, and what they can do on the gymnastic apparatus is phenomenal. Dee Dee Bros, the longest tenured coach in SEC history. This year she will surpass Adolph Rupp as the longest tenured coach at one institution. This will be her 41st year. She's run a tremendous program, total class act, and the PMAC has been packed over the past few years for gymnastics. Our volleyball program's doing very well. Fran Flores is in her 20th year. I think right now we're 16-4 and doing real well there. Quick update about academics. when I took over about a decade ago, it's hard to believe I've been at LSU for 10 years, our graduation rate was in the 60s, about 65%. Last year, our graduation rate was 89%, and in the short term, we're going to come out with the new graduation rates, and I can just say it's going to be higher than 89%. I'm very proud of that. I think that part of our job, as I said to start this talk off, is to prepare young people for the rest of their lives. And there are very few of them that make a living playing professional sports. And the ones that graduate go on and have great careers and great lives. So I'm really proud of that graduation rate. Facilities, when football season's over, we're going to undertake the project of renovating our football operations building. It's about 11 years old now. When it was built, it was a state-of-the-art facility in the country. Since then, virtually every school in our conference has either built or renovated their football ops facility. Ours is still good, but it's not nearly as good as it was when we first built it. So we're going to renovate that. We're going to add a nutrition center for our athletes to eat. And it will be the finest facility again when it's completed, probably in about a year. Our coaches will have to move into temporary offices and trailers and things like that, which will be a bit of an inconvenience, but when it's done, it'll be well worth it. For those of you that come to our venues to watch our teams play, we're in Tiger Stadium, we've got those big old box TVs all over the place. Well, by next football season, they'll be replaced with flat screen HD TVs all over. The PMAC is getting them installed right now, and Alex Box will also. So that'll be a good upgrade for our fans when you come to our games. At this point, I'd like to open this up to any questions you may want to ask me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I went to LSU, and I'm proud that we have a football coach, Coach O. He's amazing. The players will play their hearts out for him. He's what LSU has been needing for many, many years. And I think that my opinion is that great coaches, they don't know how to start the game, but they know how to finish the game. And I think this coach can do it. I think he's the one that's going to give us our next national championship.
Well, I agree with you. That's why I hired him.
Good job.
But I appreciate that. Coach O is a special guy. He matches the intensity and the passion of our fans. Our fans are passionate. He's very passionate. Go Tigers! Go Tigers! He's a great recruiter. He's a great motivator. He's really well organized. You're right. He's going to lead us to great things. But people just have to be a little bit patient because we've got some recruiting to do, and I know he's going to be able to recruit and fill in the gaps that we have right now.
We're lucky to have him.
Thank you, sir.
Coach, now that Troy Danning is over at Tulane, are y'all going to open up talks to play like basketball, volleyball, other sports like that?
To play against Tulane?
Yes, sir.
Actually, our basketball team's scrimmage in Tulane coming up here in, I think, a couple of weeks.
That's one of the reasons I brought it up. We haven't played in 4 decades.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, I don't have any problem with that. With our new basketball coach, usually the basketball coach himself does a lot of the scheduling for basketball games, non-conference games. So I'll be happy to talk to Will and see if he's willing to play Tulane. I'm sure we could get a good crowd for those kind of games.
Speaking of your gymnastics teams, I know that the last 2 years they were runner-ups to Oklahoma. Didn't they graduate a lot of seniors this past year?
We graduated 3 terrific young ladies, but fortunately Dee Dee's done a great job recruiting, and I think she's got some very talented young ladies that are going to fill in the gap very, very fine for gymnastics.
I hate to even bring this up, but
That's okay.
How do you think the landscape of college athletics is going to be since these charges have been brought against these basketball coaches? Because I think most everybody thinks that this same thing may be happening in football and other sports. And I don't need for you to be specific, but just in general terms, what do you think? I think this is a game changer.
Well, I think I've never been in favor of the one and done, and the one and done I think this is totally my opinion, created the situation that we're in with the shoe companies and colleges. I think the NBA has to take a serious look at letting kids that are qualified and good enough to go right out of high school, right to the NBA, like a LeBron James or a Kobe Bryant. When those kids come along, they need to have the opportunity to go right to the NBA. I would love to see the NBA adopt a policy like baseball, where if you're good enough out of high school, you sign, you go play. But if not, you go to college for 3 years, and you have to stay for 3 years. I don't think they're ever going to do that, but I wish they would. That would be the best for, in my opinion, for college basketball, and the best for those kids, because just going to college for 1 year, it's not a healthy environment for the athlete or the school, the fans. It's not a good situation. So I really do believe that this investigation will change the landscape of basketball. I very much believe that's going to happen.
Raise your hand.
Well, I'm very hopeful. I'm a big proponent of selling beer throughout the stadium. I hope that we can get to that point. It's a presidential decision in our conference. I think we've got a significant number of presidents that are seeing that that needs to be done. If you look across the landscape of college football, not just totally across the landscape, the number of people attending games is going down. The attendance is going down. And we have to do a better job of making the fan experience at games more friendly so they want to come and stay. And I really believe that beer would help in that situation. So, we've created a skyline club on the top of the south end zone. That's been very popular, very well received. I'm hopeful that down the road we're going to be able to sell beer in more places throughout Tiger Stadium. That would be our hope.
Since you said attendance is going down, is there any thought of lowering the ticket prices at LSU to the season ticket holder?
Well, fortunately we have terrific fans. And what's happened is we still do sell the preponderance of the tickets. People just sometimes don't come, but we still sell them. I'm not going to say we're going to lower the ticket prices, but I really think that down the road, something like that may have to be done in certain parts of the state.
If you put a beer garden in with tailgating in the SEC, are you not opening yourself up to a lot of DUIs after the game? Because we all know that people are going to be drinking before the game, but if they cannot drink during the game, they might sober up just a little bit to drive home.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know the answer to that, but they serve beer at the Saints games. There are, I believe, 70 colleges that serve beer right now at football games. The SEC is currently the only conference in the country that doesn't allow a serving of beer at athletic events. So I think if people want to be irresponsible, they're going to be irresponsible, and if people are going to be responsible, they will be responsible. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Good.